we are showing day 3 touch-up for a hairstyle. So I'm back with Sasha. It actually looked great when she got up, but then she decided to rock a ponytail. But typically what happens is people's hair tends to get a little wonky, but you can see the bones of the style are still there, and because we took our time flat ironing it, it actually doesn't look terrible even though she had it in a messy bun on the top of her head. But there is a little wonkiness there, and one way of addressing the wonkiness is by putting some beachy waves in there. And so we're gonna rock the lived-in look today, and I'm gonna show you a really quick technique to give you that lived-in style. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my iron in, and when you're making a flat iron curl, you're gonna put your tool in whatever direction you section. So you want, if this is a horizontal section, I would put my tool in a horizontal area. If I was taking a vertical section, I'm gonna wanna put my tool in vertically because it would fit better in that section. I'm going to be taking different sections throughout the head shape just because I want it to be sort of messy and lived in. So our first section, I'm going to put a little horizontal panel in. I'm going to turn my iron about 180 and pull straight out. And then my ends, I'm gonna leave straight. Cool thing about this technique is you can not go over your ends again and again. So that second section I took vertically, I don't know if you noticed that, and I did not pull it all the way through. So I am just grabbing a section of hair, putting my iron in, rotating it logo to logo, pulling straight out, and dropping it before I get to the ends. I'm gently shutting it, I'm not squeezing tight. I am putting my iron in all different directions just to get texture. The thicker the section of hair that's inside the plates of the iron, I'm gonna move a little more slowly. So it's pretty easy. So you can grab the hair back here, tilt the iron, and almost without even looking at it, pull it through the hair. The only thing that might happen with that is it might not get curled all the way to the root, but a lot of times people want their hair to look longer in the back anyways than it actually is. And what happens if you curl the hair too much? It starts to look a little shorter, right? You start to look like you're going out for a dance team, right? I'm gonna take pie pieces all around the head shape, pivoting from the top. Hold your head up straight for me again. Thank you. And I'm gonna do a really sloppy once over with this technique. If pieces fall out, they fall out. I'm gonna look at the end result and decide, hey, that needs to be addressed. I might add some more in. I might just leave them straight. But other than the fact that I'm changing the direction that I turn the iron, I'm pretty much doing the same technique over and over again. Actually, Sasha does this on her own hair. Right, Sasha?
Yes.
And this is extra great for Sasha since we talked about it before. Her ends have been platinum blonde, and then red, and then brunette. So they could use a little bit of a break, so we aren't gonna pull the heat through there. Although she uses really great products, so and with the GHD flat ironing, a flat iron, like if you're using it to flat iron or style the hair, it operates at a much lower temperature anyways. So this is the iron that we recommend to our clients because we do a lot of hair color in the salon and we do not want to compromise the hair. And just like when I did the flat ironing video, you'll notice I'm not touching the panels of hair that I just styled. I want to let them cool back down again before I mess with them. And here's where it gets really fun, and you can really look at suitability and face shape. So say for example, we want these little fringy pieces around her face. to maybe open up at the cheekbone a little bit, I can go in with my styler just like I would, I feel like an artist tool, and just sculpt it whatever direction I want it to go. So if I want it to open up around the face a little bit, I can go in there and open up at the cheekbone by just directing the hair diagonal forward and then arcing it back. Once I've got everything generally set the way I want it to, I'm gonna let it cool down, and then I'm gonna mess it up, and then we're gonna go back in to see if I need to straighten any pieces. Maybe some pieces got too curly. We'll be really creative in a second here. And if I'm putting on a wax or a product like that in the hair, I wait until after I'm done with the iron, just because I don't want to put a bunch of products that are going to melt in my flat iron. So we can see Sasha's hair being so highlighted, it took that curl really well right there, so I might go back in and actually loosen that up, if anything. This side of the head I'm really happy with though. And just like I showed you guys yesterday, if I wanted to give her a little more lift in the fringe area, I can open up my iron and just go down to the root. My iron's open so that the steam can escape. So she might have a cowlick back here in the back. Maybe she slept on it a little funny or got a ponytail holder bump, you know. So I'm just opening it up and letting that have a little lift at the top of the crown there. So right here, this is my little piece that got too curly, you know, so I am gonna loosen that up a little bit. So I'm very lightly and quickly going over those over curled areas, just to loosen it up a little bit. Give her a little volume in areas. So anytime you're working right at the scalp, we're going to leave the tool open so the steam can escape. Sometimes I like to go in at the root and just kind of kink it just there, you know, and that gives it a really nice texture. But Sasha will also do this sometimes on the second day if she didn't do a really good blow dry and maybe her hair was kind of halfway air dried. And so this is a really awesome way for her to kind of utilize some of her natural hair texture, and she can kind of go back in and look at those nooks and crannies of the waves and maybe enhance some areas if she wants to. Maybe she wants her hair to look longer, so this area, if it's too curly in here, she can kind of pass the iron through and just enhance a little length in there too. So you could go through that whole bottom panel if you wanted to and just exaggerate the length and make the hair look longer. Okay. So Sasha, tell me what you would do typically to finish this. I know that you had mentioned some of the products before, so maybe show us on each side 2 different looks that you can get from
Alrighty,
Perfect
so
tools.
I use Opry Beach in flash form. They look like these 2 bottles. Opry Beach is more of an oil, so I like to go in and spray underneath just like this. You have to be careful about not putting too much on. It is an oil, so you want to make sure you're putting it on correctly. And I feel like I found out just recently how to put it on after one of the Orbe classes. And I feel like lots of people might be getting that wrong as well. And then I use this spray wax. This is super good for when I had my blonde hair. I liked doing the super voluminous beach waves, so it's nice still having that same texture in there, but it definitely brings everything up again. I could still break it down if I wanted to, but same thing, you don't want to put too much in as well.
So would you say that that one is more of like a pomade hairspray.
Yes.
And then the other one is more of like a dirty spray.
Yes.
But instead of being like a crispy saltwater spray, it has a little bit of an oil. So if your ends are dry, I feel like it's a little more forgiving, right?
Definitely for my hair texture, because I do have those platinum ends, I go more towards the Opry Beach, but it doesn't feel like there's any saltwater spray in it. There's no crispiness. It's super light and airy, and I feel like it looks like you just got out of the water, and if you put your hand through it, it's not terrible, and it's boyfriend friendly. So
yeah, touchable. So yeah, so super great for somebody who maybe has a little hair history in there. Like we said, Sasha's ends used to be platinum. They've been repigmented with Wella Coleston Perfect with the Me Plus technology. So I mean, we have definitely been using good products on her, and we've been using all the right conditioners and everything. She's been using Color Motion most recently in her shampoo and conditioner lineup for her when she does shampoo her hair. So her ends have gotten a lot better, but that history is still there. So whatever texture choices that she puts in there, she's gonna want to kind of base it off of what her hair already has going on with it. So we went with more oil-based products for her to give her that saltwater beach look, because she doesn't really need the crispy, bleachy, salt water texture. And then with this product, I feel like it's a clean enough product to where her hair doesn't get too dirty from it. It's like a controlled dirty. If she got too much in there, what would you do, Sasha, if you got too much in there?
you can go back in with Royal Blowout, or you can do Dry Texture Spray. This is super good. It's one of the staple products from Orbe. I feel like lots of people just love this one in general. So it's good on all hair textures personally. But I go back in this multiple times within the week, and I feel like it gives the same look, and it's just amazing. So I love that one. And then, like I said in the other video, Spiritualize is a good one, especially if you do work out. Hit it with a blow dryer for 10 seconds, and it completely clears the scalp of any oils or sweat, or if there's any product, it leaves the hair feeling a lot cleaner than it originally felt. And those two are one of my favorite ones. If you wanted to as well, we do have our Gold Dust Power Drops, and then we have Acid Wash. The Gold Dust Power Drops I do suggest for me, because this is an add-in treatment for any of your products from Orbe. Just put a few drops in and it instantly makes anything a leave-in treatment. So I love that one as well. Acid Wash, if there's any irritation on the scalp, it resets the pH level. And if you're having any flakiness, I find this is a good one as well. I've used it once, and I love this one, as well as the Serene Scalp Treatments, the scrub. That one is my personal favorite from Orbe. I find it easy to pipe in. It does have this little nozzle. I suggest using this along with the spray. That is the spray for hair growth serum as well, if you wanted to buy those in a bundle. But those are some awesome staple ones. I do love the Death Valley. That's the dry shampoo from R&Co as well.
So would you say that this one is more, would you use that for build-up?
Yes.
So build-up, and this one's kind of like for scalp build-up too?
Yes, so these two, scalp build-up.
Mm-hmm. And then maybe even
these three. For my hair texture, I like these two because I find it easier to pipe into my scalp. I have a lot of hair, so it's easier for me finding it to go on the scalp and not just halfway through. But it might work a lot better for someone with maybe shorter hair. I find that this works really well for the crown scrub. And then the beads are a little bit larger, so they're gonna go into short hair a little bit easier than longer hair, I find personally.
And both of those brands are cosmetic grade, so I know that my husband actually uses them also on his beard and facial hair, so it's kind of skincare grade products. So I know that they're really popular for a lot of people, but I hope that this really helped you out and helped to extend the life of your blow dry. I think that seriously took less than 15 minutes for us to go and give a quick change to Sasha's hair. I hope you enjoyed it. And this is, again, our Diamond Layers signature cut from Bristol Hairdressing. So we do education also, and I love this haircut. And let us know if you want to book a class. But thank you so much and have a great day.